Hello, everyone. Welcome back. My name is Aarna, host of Aarna's News, where on this podcast channel, I aim to eliminate the gender gap in the STEM fields by featuring inspiring female professionals and highlighting their stories and accomplishments to further encourage girls. Today on episode 52.
Just do not get into STEM because you are being forced to, and it is especially applicable to South Asian kids, where parents are are really interested in putting their kids into STEM. A person has to realize his own strengths and weaknesses and get into a career according to their passion. If you're waking up in a morning and you are not energetic about doing something exciting, you're into a wrong profession. So I would highly recommend that you realize your strength and potential at the right time.
Today on episode 52, I'm pleased to answer our guest Lochan Alagh. Lochan is an executive director at FalconX, a tech accelerator for B2B startups based out of Silicon Valley. Over the past 3 years, she has been the steadfast hand steering every aspect of the organization's operations, including managing investments, running accelerator programs, and coordinating network clients. In addition, she is a board member of the IIT Bay Area Alumni Association, representing around 15,000 people from IIT. And after a long day of work, she goes home to 2 delightful little toddlers who bring her immeasurable joy. So thank you so much, Lochan, for being here today. Before we dive into the questions, would you like to introduce yourself?
Thank you, Aarna. Thank you for hosting this interesting podcast. This is an amazing initiative, and I'm sure it would be inspiring a lot of girls in STEM. I'm Lochan Alagh, and I am the executive director of FalconX, which is an accelerator for B2B startups. We have been helping international B2B startups expand and grow in Silicon Valley. A little bit more about myself. I grew up in India. My parents are doctors, and I watched them treating patients' miseries, pains through science, and that's what inspired me to pursue my career in science. And I joined IIT. When I was pursuing my master's from IIT Roorkee, male is to female ratio was 10:1. And I observed a huge gender gap there. I am more of an executor and less of a complainer. So I tried to resolve some of the issues where women were not included in the clubs, women were not allowed to, participate in some of the activities because it was considered more of a, boys activity, boys club. So I, at IIT Roorkee, ran elections and I joined Senate. I was the senator there, and I tried to change few things for women when I was senator, and I think my actions resulted in few good things. Few of the women who were not earlier part of robotics club, they were included in robotics, and similarly program management section had few women. So those initiatives helped to bring more women into different clubs and activities at IIT Roorkee. After that, I pursued, I was actually appointed as a research officer at Ministry of Environment and Forests. And I was given an interesting task. I was hired as a scientist for the conservation of River Ganga, which is a lifeline for millions. And there I was primarily working on industrial pollution abatement. A lot of effluent is being dumped into River Ganga. And since the water from Ganga is also serving a lot of domestic households, it was not effectively treated by many industries. And my work involved ensuring that the effluent that is being released into this river was effectively treated through some of the processes that involved my technical background in biotechnology and environmental technology. After that, I moved to the United States. And when I moved here, California was hit by major drought and they needed water conservation experts. luckily I had that background. So I was involved in Governor Brown's initiative in water conservation through a nonprofit called Sustainable Silicon Valley, where I helped with my team create guidelines for landscape water practices. We started uh, 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 creating curriculum for school kids on how to conserve water. And after that, I joined a sustainability startup. I was the founding member of that startup. Worked there for a few years, and then I shifted gears a little bit, moved into pure tech world. I joined a startup called Cloud Harmonics that was a distributor for cybersecurity products. I was managing business strategy and operations there. The startup was quickly acquired because it was very fast growing. And after that, I joined FalconX as executive director, where I have been interacting with a lot of startups on my day-to-day basis. And we have been kind of helping international startups expand into the Silicon Valley. And we have been investing in startups as well.
Yeah, that's super cool. Yeah, I mean, I really love your background, how although, you felt that really big gender gap in STEM, you were able to push through and kind of encourage other people to get into those fields. Yeah, it's super amazing and inspiring. So my next question for you is tell us a bit about your career path.
My career evolved a lot. It started in environmental field, and then I had to quickly adapt myself to Silicon Valley culture, and I shifted my career into tech world and joined a startup in cybersecurity called Cloud Harmonics. My work involved a lot of building a lot of strategy around sales, improving, upselling our products and improving operations at Cloud Harmonics. And our startup was one of the fast growing startups in Silicon Valley. It quickly grew in revenue in 3 years, and then it was acquired by Ingram Micro. Although I did not have a tech background and I did not have an MBA degree, but I have always been willing to learn new skills, and I am flexible. I could have preferred to stay in environmental field, but I realized over time, unfortunately, when a new government came in, it was not supportive of environmental overall, and that's why I had to shift gears a little bit. But I also realized that I could continue my passion to serve climate and environment through nonprofits, and I have been actively involved with various nonprofits that are working towards environment and sustainability. And after that, the startup acquisition, I started working for that multinational company called Ingram Micro, but the work was monotonous. I was working from a satellite office, and I wanted to work in a more challenging environment. And that's how I became a part and parcel of FalconX. And I've been enjoying my journey so far. I've been here for almost 4 years now.
That's exciting. Yeah. So, my next question for you is what advice would you give someone wanting to pursue a career similar to yours? And do you have any tips to succeed?
My career trajectory, as I mentioned, is very different. I came to an entirely new country with a zero background in tech. And even environmental degree in India is very different from the environmental degree here. But I can share some of the experiences that could potentially help young folks like you. First, uh, be inquisitive. Just curiosity can change your life. Just being curious can really open new doors for you. And as I mentioned earlier, be flexible. You do not need to have a rigid mindset that, okay, I have pursued my degree into this field only, I can only grow in that particular field. There are vast number of opportunities in this entire world if you're open to taking up new challenges. please do that. In fact, I would recommend everyone to try something new because it brings a lot of learnings. Even though there are failures, but failures are a part of growth, and it can bring a revolutionary change within a human being. And third is network. I personally have benefited a lot from networking. um, when you talk to people, when you build relationship with another person, it adds another beam of support to what you're building for yourself. uh, so these are the tips I would like to share with everyone who's listening to this podcast.
Yeah, I mean, I really liked what you said about being flexible and networking, especially because, as you said, just not having the rigid mindset that, oh, if you studied for this, then you have to go to this path. That's really not the truth. That might have been the truth years ago, but it's not right now. Regardless of what kind of background you have or your educational background, that doesn't automatically mean what you're gonna do in the next 5 to 10 years. Everything changes. And also, I really liked what you said about networking because that's something that can truly help with the beam of support. I mean, you can get so many cool things from networking. You can get jobs, you can get advice, guidance, stories, so many amazing support systems from it.
I'm a testament of that. I landed up my first tech job because of the network I was able to build here in Silicon Valley. To be very honest, when I moved to the United States, I didn't even know a single person. I didn't have my work permit. I could not drive. Uh, Eventually, when I first joined my nonprofit, and I participated in thought leadership sessions, it helped me build a network here, and it helped me land up my first job. So even if you have to volunteer at a nonprofit, and if it doesn't come with an immediate paycheck, I would highly recommend that people should do that, because it can open multiple doors for you. And you can, meeting new people can definitely help you learn skills that you are not even aware of.
Yeah. I really do like what you said because, you said that you are a testament of the networking because though you came here without any resources, you were able to find your support through the people that you knew and you kind of networked with.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and if you could step into my shoes or younger self, what would you have asked yourself that I didn't?
Well, to be very honest, Aarna, uh, when I was at your age, I could not even think of starting a podcast. So it is really, really impressive. And well, if I look back, I would really think of a few things. One is, really understand your strength, understand your passion, find what you enjoy doing the most, and work to develop your strengths in that area. Uh, you know, Even if you do not want to pursue a career in STEM because you are good at other profession, do that. Just do not get into STEM because you are being forced to. And it is especially applicable to South Asian kids, where parents are are really interested in putting their kids into STEM. A person has to realize his own strengths and weaknesses and get into a career according to their passion. If you're waking up in a morning and you are not energetic about doing something exciting, you're into a wrong profession. So I would highly recommend that you realize your strength and potential at the right time. And second, do not get influenced by your friends or peers. Every individual is unique. Everyone has a unique perspective. And just taking one subject because your friends are taking that is never a good idea. You have your own speciality, you have your own unique skills that you can better put use to. And third is take care of your physical and mental health. Just do not do it because you need to reduce weight or you need to look beautiful. Do it because it is a part of your life. Don't do it temporarily, make it a lifestyle. I missed those things when I was of your age, Arna, and now I look back, I think I should have done that.
I mean, yeah, I really liked what you said about finding your own passion and not being influenced by external factors. It's kind of this internalization and this introspection that you kind of have to look towards what you truly enjoy. And it's okay if you kind of are influenced by what society is, but just know what you truly like and what you stand for, because in the end, if you end up at a job or at a place that you truly don't enjoy, you're kind of just wasting your life and doing something without any purpose. And that's kind of like the worst way to go. Um, so just
Ab-
keeping those in mind.
Absolutely. Yes.
All right. And what is a common myth about your profession that you want to debunk?
Oh, I would speak of because I changed jobs, I changed careers. I would speak about STEM in general. Usually, uh, people are have that misconception that STEM is usually for geniuses who have exceptional mathematical skills, financial skills, especially in my job because we are in a VC firm. It's not true. It's truly not true. You definitely require some level of aptitude in math and science, but these fields are not exclusively for geniuses. Anyone who is willing to put in the effort and has a passion for these subjects can excel in STEM fields. And people also have a misconception that it requires more of a solo work, and it is less creative. No, that's truly a myth. It it involves teamwork, collaboration, and communication to be successful in STEM as well, because it is definitely uh, interdisciplinary to solve complex problems and bring new ideas to life requires collaboration and team efforts. So these are the myths that I would like to debunk, Anna. Uh, and yeah, these creativity aspect, problem solving and building something new, it's yes, people associate it with only the jobs of geniuses or exceptional folks. It's not true. Science is there in each and every aspect of your life. If we are walking on ground, there is gravity involved. This is physics. If we are eating food, there is chemistry involved. If we are breathing, there is definitely biology or science involved. Science is there in every aspect of our life, and solving problems, uh, it is not a job of only exceptional folks. It is only it comes with true passion, and even if you do not have really high IQ, you're still made for STEM. You can still solve these problems.
Absolutely, because a lot of onlookers, especially, or people who are trying to get into STEM, they think that, oh, because it's science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, that's just for prodigies or people who are actually super smart, geniuses, insane people. But it's really not like that. As long as you have the aptitude to really want to do something or learn or grow yourself, or, get into a really cool industry that pays a lot of money, then this is STEM is for you. STEM is a place where you can just grow, you can just learn from other people, build a better network. um there's so many other cross intersections in regards to creativity, like there's product management where you get to collaborate with a lot more people. There's designers, UX UI designers, where you can like use your art skills and technology all together. And there's so many fashion designers and people like that to help with the products. So there's so much creativity that not a lot of people see. And just collaborating with people in general, because that's like the backbone of STEM and problem solving. There's so much that goes on in these fields that not a lot of people know about, and it's probably one of the biggest myths in this industry.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You
And
summarize it so well.
oh, thank you so much. Yeah, and so this kind of goes to my next question, which is what are the best resources slash books that have helped you find your career path?
um I would not specifically say on career path, but there are some books that uh, basically did not shape my career, but shaped me into who I am today. There are few big books like Atomic Habits by author James Clear. I love that book. You do not have to, bring big changes into your life all of a sudden. You have to take some nano steps to bring big changes in your life. And I also really loved the book by Sheryl Sandberg, Lean In. And as women, when you are growing up in your career in STEM, or in any career in general, for a woman it always gets challenging as you grow, and as you climb the career ladder, I would say. That book helped me think about a lot of things, like even salary break even. When you have kids, it's okay to not make anything. It's okay to even go into a negative mode where you're paying more to outsource some of your work than to take a career break, because it really puts you down in the ladder that you're trying to climb. It really puts a break into your life. So even if you have to go and do something part-time, do that, because even today, women, there are 28% women in STEM who are actively pursuing their career. And this gap starts right after women, like 5 years after women enter into their careers, because they usually take some break for their family and kids. And this book helped me think if this is the right decision or a right thing to do. Uh, so I would highly recommend that book as well. In terms of resources, Aarna, finding right mentors has truly contributed to my career success so far. Uh, and you do not necessarily need to lean on other women, but for me, many men have contributed significantly into my career journey, and I have learned a lot from some of those mentors. So finding right mentor, uh, networking and building relationship with right people is really important if you want to grow your career uh, uh, into STEM or even in other fields.
Definitely, because networking can really help you expand who you are and really your ability to do whatever you're doing. And also your networking skills and your network itself can really help you find mentors. These mentors can really be people of any types that can really help you thrive in your career or your personal life. And as you said, the resources kind of didn't shape your career, but more of who you are as a person. So your mentors, these can be any type of people that just really have an impact and really teach you day-to-day things that can, help you, and you can take it along the way.
True, that's right.
All right. And what do you think is a vital factor that shaped your career? What was your life before learning it, and what was your life after learning it?
um I wouldn't think call that as vital factor, but there are few things that I have learned over time. One is I also had that imposter syndrome where I assume that, I am not contributing enough, or I could not do this work. And helping me get rid of my imposter syndrome helped me grow a lot. And second, I didn't know that there was a term for that. That's called Cinderella syndrome, where women tend to be nice and they assume that their work would call for itself and they would get a raise because they are doing a nice work, and they are nice that they're not asking for a raise. That's not true. You need to develop good negotiation skills. And if you are contributing into something and you think that your contribution has led to some results, go and ask for a raise. No one is gonna give you something because you're not asking for it. So many women have that Cinderella syndrome, and being aware of these syndromes and overcoming these in my life have really helped me grow into my career.
Yeah, because they're kind of like blockers to what you can do in order to grow. Um, these things can really help you shape not only your career, but your professional and personal life. Um, and a lot of people, they have this imposter syndrome or syndromic types of things. And just knowing that you are not alone because a lot of other people face it can really help you kind of succeed wherever you are.
True. That's definitely true.
All right. And because we have some additional time, my next question for you is how do you continue to learn in order to stay on top of things within your role?
Well, to be very honest, after you have kids and after you have, a busy day-to-day life, it's hard to find time to, keep yourself updated. But I would highly recommend find some best resources and stick to those. Like I have a tendency of listening to a podcast channel called Tech Meme, and I do listen to Aarna's news as well. uh, every day, Tech Meme Ride Home. That gives me all the information, and that is usually 20 minutes long. It covers the entire distance from my home to office. So, sticking on to some, like, as soon as I wake up, I read news, both tech news, as well as a CNN or world news. Uh, and usually I learn a lot from the startups that I meet on day-to-day basis. It has definitely given me a lot of perspective on technological trends. Uh, but every job is different. um, some people, they tend to spend more time on coding, and uh, and the general recommendation here is to find those resources that are valuable to you, and definitely carve time out of your busy routine to stick to those resources. That's very important. That discipline is required to keep yourself updated of the things happening. And now there are a lot of uh, social media channels that you can utilize. uh, it's just finding, and social media can be destructive as well. So focusing on few things and sticking on to those is what is helping me.
Yeah, I liked what you said. Focusing on a few things and sticking to those really help you, take in and learn things day to day.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And for our last question, what is one thing you wish you had known when you began your career path?
My true potential, I would say. Uh, Also my strengths, and I already covered that in the previous question. I sometimes, and I was very fortunate that I found right opportunities and I met right people in my life that helped shape my career in a better way. Uh, but if I had known my true potential back when I started my career, I would probably have taken a different route.
Yeah, I mean, I really liked what you said because when you find your strengths and your potential, you also tend to grow. You get more introspective and you kind of build upon yourself, and you just know that you're at the right mindset and you just feel more welcoming to all new possibilities.
Absolutely.
Yeah, well, thank you so much, Lochan, for this interview. Do you have any last words to the audience before we end off?
Well, I would highly recommend everyone to give a 5-star review to Aarna, because starting a podcast and continuously working on it is not easy, especially for a high schooler. And also it requires a lot of perseverance and dedication. So this last minute, Aarna is truly dedicated to you. Thank you so much for inspiring many women through your podcast, and it is definitely a great initiative. Not many people can do that. Uh, Thank you so much for hosting me today. It was truly an honor to be with you here at this podcast.
You're welcome. You make me blush. So thank you so much. And I hope you all have an amazing day. And here are my 3 cents on this episode with Lochan. 1, the importance of being open to learning and acquiring new skills. Lochan Alagh emphasizes her willingness to learn new skills throughout her career, which has helped her become better equipped to handle new challenges. And this highlights the value of continuous learning and adaptability in pursuing a successful career. 2, the significance of networking. Networking plays a crucial role in career growth. She acknowledges that networking has helped her career and has helped her secure her first job and open multiple doors of opportunity. Building relationships and meeting new people can provide valuable connections and insights that may lead to professional advancements. And 3, the importance of pursuing your own interests and taking care of your well-being. She advises against choosing a career path solely based on external influences or societal expectations. She encourages individuals to find what they enjoy the most and develop their interests in those areas. Additionally, she stresses the importance of taking care of physical and mental health, as it is an integral part of overall well-being and career success. Thus, that concludes the episode for this week. If you want to know more about how I relate to these amazing topics, then stay tuned for upcoming episodes. A free way to support this show is by leaving it a 5-star rating and a review on the player you are listening to. Let me know what you enjoy about this podcast, as it's a chance to tell me what you love about the show, and it helps others discover it too. Once again, thank you for finding me, and I hope we stay in touch with each other. Zito, you're listening to Aarna Sahu, the host of Aarna's News. Toodles!